I believe I may have discovered the best way to book qualified sales calls in 2026. So just the other day when I was going through Instagram, going through YouTube, studying and analyzing the best high-ticket coaches, the best consultants, the best agencies, I was trying to figure out, what are they doing to book all these qualified sales calls? What are they doing differently to everyone else? And I couldn't help but notice, most of them when they are posting these Instagram reels, when they're posting their YouTube videos, pretty many of them are trying to get people to comment or DM them, a keyword. So for example, on Instagram Reels, they are, their CTA is to comment a keyword, and then they will send over, a resource, a lead magnet in the DM flow after that. And in YouTube videos, many of them are trying to get people to DM them on Instagram a keyword to get a lead magnet. And the reason why they do this is because when they create the video, when they create the reel, the YouTube video, they can include the resource in the video, and therefore the lead magnet, the resource, becomes much more relevant to the viewer, and therefore they can get much more, many more, DMs and conversations started. And one other reason is that I believe people these days value authenticity much more than anything else. And a generic a lead magnet opt-in page funnel, no, that's just generic and people see it as just marketing stuff. But when someone asks you to comment the keyword or DM them to get a resource, it's much more, intimate and much more, authentic. What I also noticed is that they have different lead magnets every single week. So these businesses are creating new lead magnets for every single video. For every single reel, they have a different lead magnet, because the whole point of this thing is to have the lead magnet be relevant to the video itself. And you can't create one lead magnet and have it be relevant for every single video. That just doesn't work. And I just thought, I don't want to create a different lead magnet every single week. That's not work that I want to do. And I don't find that high leverage in any way, because I want to create something once and then have it work forever. And the second negative about this is that you don't get any emails. You don't get them to opt into anything. The only thing that you get is you get people to DM you. You get a conversation started. And what they then do is that when someone DMs you a keyword, you obviously send the resource, but then you send another message. You try to start a conversation and eventually try to get them to book a call. But you don't get any emails. You can't contact them anymore after that. Well, obviously you can still DM them, but it's not, you can't have like a newsletter. It's you don't have their contact information. So those are the two downsides to this. But what most people have found out is that the benefits still outweigh the downsides. But then there are obviously still people who run these normal opt-in page lead magnets, and the benefit of that is that, well, you do get people's email address and phone number, so you can contact them. But as I said, they are way too generic. They don't feel, personal. They are not authentic in any way. So people don't value them as much. And the second negative thing is that, most people, when they run ads to these lead magnets, they obviously then fire their pixel. They train their ad algorithm on everyone who opts in. But as you all know, not everyone who opts in is going to be qualified. You do get unqualified people. You do get tire kickers. You do get freebie seekers all the time, obviously. So that means that you will be training your ad algorithm on these shitty people, because your ad algorithm is trained on every single prospect. And this just starts this flywheel effect where your ad algorithm, as I said, is going to be trained on shitty people. So that means that your ads are going to be shown to more shitty people. And therefore it will start this loop where you'll be getting only unqualified people booking sales calls and things like that. So I figured there must be a better way that combines the best out of both worlds. You want to get people's contact information, you want to get their email and phone number, but also you don't want to train your ad algorithm on all the shitty people. You want to train it only on the most qualified prospects. And then you also want the benefits of the DMB keyword lead magnets. You want it to feel authentic. You want it to feel relevant to the actual video, so that more people actually want to get it. So then I eventually stumbled upon Hormozis free scaling roadmap, and obviously I have seen it before, but now when I really started to think about it and analyze it, I realized it has the best out of both worlds. It has the benefits of the DMA keyword lead magnets, and it also has the benefits of the opt-in lead magnets. Because Hormozi, with his free scaling roadmap, he gets your email and phone number, but it also feels, much more relevant and authentic, because there are many different versions of the lead magnet. Based on your answers to his quiz, you get a different version of the lead magnet. You get one that suits your unique personal situation, and he can also very well tie the lead magnet, tie the free scaling roadmap to whatever video topic he creates. And finally, also, he can redirect people to different pages after the opt-in page, based on your answers to the quiz survey, which means he can redirect all the qualified people to one page over here and all the unqualified people to one page over here. And that means that he can now train his ad algorithm on everyone who lands on this page here. That means that his ad algorithm is going to be trained on only qualified people. Therefore, his ads are going to be shown to more qualified prospects. And therefore, Hormozi gets so many qualified sales calls. Therefore, Hormozi works with businesses that do like 1 to 3 million per year. No, there aren't many of those. There are way more businesses that make like 10K per month. So how Hormozi is able to get all these high-level business owners? Well, obviously he has a large personal brand. His YouTube channel, Instagram, they bring a lot. But how can he get all these big business owners from his cold ads? Well, the reason is because he trains his ad algorithm on only business owners that make 3 million per year. But how is he able to do that? Well, as I said, because he redirects people to different pages. All the big business owners is redirected to one page, and then he trains his ad algorithm on only those. So let's run through what Hormozi's funnel actually looks like for his free scaling roadmap. So this is his opt-in page for the scaling roadmap. And up top, obviously, he has his big headline where he promises that you will get the roadmap in under 30 seconds. He has a big benefit tied to it. And then down here is the quiz itself with the big CTA to let's start. And when you then go through this, when you fill out first your first name, then the next is your email, because as I told you before, you want to be able to contact all your leads after this. So he gets your email address, then he gets your phone number to even be able to text you and dial you. And well, and this is one critique that I would have to Hormozi, because you don't need someone's shipping address for a lead magnet. So this is just unnecessary friction that you don't need, but Hormozi is very smart. So there is probably a reason why he has this. And after you have answered these questions, will you then be able to get your free scaling roadmap? And what I talked to you about before is that what Hormozi has done is that based on your answers to these questions, will you be redirected to different pages? Hormozi wants to redirect all his qualified people to one page where he fires his metapixel, and all his unqualified people to one page. So let's look at these questions. So the first question is the number of full-time employees that you have. Well, if I say that it's just me, if I say that my revenue is under 100K, that I'm a small business, and that I'm a majority owner and no, I can't travel. If I now submit these answers, I will get my free scaling roadmap. I will get, what level I am, what should I do, my tactics, but I will land on this page. So everyone who is unqualified, who Hormozi can't work with or doesn't want to work with, will land on this page. So as you see here, you do get your free scaling roadmap, and it does tell you at what level you are. I didn't submit this form, so it doesn't tell me at what level I am, but right here it would say, at what level you are. But as you see here, I can't book a call. I can't work with him. This CTA right here is to the scaling roadmap course, to the video course, but I am not given an option to work with him or to book a call. But if I instead answer to these questions that, I have, let's say, 10 to 19 employees, my revenue is 1 to 3 million, and in majority owner, and yes, I can travel, then I would land on this page. And this page right here is Hormozi's VSL page. And as I told you many times before, to this page, Hormozi funnels all his qualified leads. All the qualified prospects come to this page. And again, as before, I do get my free scaling roadmap, but now he encourages me to watch this video before I check my email. And in this video, he talks about about scaling things. As I said, watch this scaling video, and he goes over normal problems that you have scaling your business, and then the CTA is to see if I'm a fit for a scaling workshop, and that then brings me down to a calendar where I can book a call to work with them. So this is what the quiz funnel actually looks like when viewed from above. So as they all start, you start with an opt-in page, obviously. And as you saw with Hormozy, here you have your quiz questions. And the tweak here is that you want to have your qualification questions disguised as the quiz questions in the quiz survey. So let's say you're a fitness coach, and let's say you only work with women who are 30 to 40 years old, but they have been in the gym before, but now they want to lose even more weight. Well, you wouldn't work with any male, right? You wouldn't work with any like women who are 60 years old or older, and you probably won't work with people who haven't been in the gym before. So then what you want to do, those are obviously your qualification questions. In your qualification form, you ask if they are male or female and how old they are. So then you want to have those questions in your quiz survey as well. Because now you know exactly which leads are qualified and which leads are not. And that gives you a huge advantage in this market, because most people, as I have said many times before, in their opt-in form, they only ask name, email, and phone number. So they have no idea which leads are qualified and which leads they can work with. In their eyes, all leads are the same. But you, if you have your qualification questions disguised in the quiz survey, now you know exactly which leads are qualified and which leads are not. And if you then, for example, run ads and see that only 10% of your leads are qualified and 90% of your leads are unqualified, well, then you can actually improve something because you have data. You have data that says that most of your leads are unqualified. So now you can improve your targeting, you can improve your ads, you can improve your messaging to target more of the qualified ones. But if you don't have a quiz survey, then you have no idea how many of your leads are unqualified or not. So then you can't improve anything because you have no data. But then a question that I get pretty often is that, well, no one would want to answer these many questions in an opt-in form. And you are right. If you would have these many questions, if you would have your qualification questions in your normal opt-in form for a normal lead magnet, then obviously no one would answer that. No one would opt in because no one would want to give personal information about them for a generic PDF. But because we disguise your qualification questions as the quiz questions, then people, don't even question it, because they believe these questions are essential for the quiz, well, which they are, because we give the personalized lead magnet to them based on these questions, based on these criteria. Because if someone answers that, let's say they make 100K per month or more, then we give them one version of the lead magnet. If you say that they make 10 to 20K, then we give them one version of the lead magnet. And people know that. So people have no problem answering questions about them because they know that they will get a personalized lead magnet based on what they answer. So obviously they are very open to giving information because they will get value that is tailored to them after it. So when you do this, we can have as high completion rates on a form with 10 questions and personal questions compared to a normal opt-in page with like 3 questions. So we can very, very well get a 90% completion rate on this quiz survey. Then what you saw with Hormozy is that he redirects people to 2 different pages. But what I recommend is that you redirect people to 3 different pages. So to one page, you redirect the top of the top, the absolute best leads. So the 25% best, most qualified leads go to one page. Then the rest of the qualified leads, who you can work with, go to one page, and all the unqualified leads go to one page. And Hormozy had, this page right here, and he had the unqualified page right here. But I wouldn't redirect all my qualified leads to one page because, as you know, there are clients that you like, that you work with, but you know that there is that small segment, the top of the top, that are the absolute best. That if you could only work with your top 10% of clients, then you would do that. So you want to redirect the absolute best that your dream clients to one page, and you want to fire your metapixel on only this page. You want to train your metapixel on only the absolute best of the best. And then the other leads that are still qualified, but they are not as good. Let's say you work with businesses who make 50 to 100K. Well, I would believe that the businesses that make 100K, they are easier to work with than the ones who make 50K. But you can still work with the ones who make 50K per month. So in that example, all the leads that make 100K will go to this page right here, and all the leads that make a 50K per month will go to this page here below. So, but this is something that you can choose. You choose which leads go to which page, but the best of the best go to this page right here, and the other ones go to this page. And all the unqualified ones, as I said before, go to this last page. And yeah, so you want to fire your Metapixel only on this page where the best of the best leads go to. And that means that your ads are going to be shown to only these best of the best leads. And then you don't create a flywheel effect where your ads would have been shown to these unqualified leads, because they don't train your Metapixel. These unqualified people, I mean, they still receive their lead magnet, but they are not in your ecosystem, if you get it. And then all the qualified people, so these two pages, they have the opportunity to book a call. But all the unqualified people, they don't even have an option to book a call. As you see here, the CTA could be, for example, go to YouTube. Or as you saw with Hormozy, his CTA was to go to the scaling roadmap video course. But if you don't have a video course, a free video course, as most of you probably don't have, you can just guide these unqualified prospects to YouTube, where they can eventually become qualified after some time. But all the people that are qualified, they have an option, as I said, to book a call. But you have already, asked them all the qualification questions. You know that people on these two pages are going to be qualified. So you don't have to ask the qualification questions anymore. So in your form, after they click the book a call button, should be only readiness questions, because you don't want to go on sales calls with people who aren't ready to work with you. So you want to make sure that people who come to the call have the budget and are ready to work with you now. So a question that you could ask is, how soon are you looking to get started? Or if you're B2B, you could ask, how much is your marketing budget, to get some insight on how much money they have, and if they are ready to work with you now. And after that, people go to your calendar page where they can book a call, and after they book the call, they will then go to your thank you page. And I believe the quiz funnel is the absolute best way to book high quality, qualified sales calls, qualified appointments in 2026. Because it has so many benefits and so few downsides. And if you have any more questions about the quiz funnel, how it works, the benefits, I will leave my Instagram in the description below. So feel free to shoot me a DM, and I will be more than happy to help you out. See you in the next one.